Ready to do what's needed to take Harlow down. I know you have a plan.
We must gather information from the friends of Mr. Bickle that Archie and Mrs. Bickle mentioned. Agabus Filbert, Otto Dibble, and Mr. and Mrs. Rabe.
All right.
I suggest that you speak with each of them while I head to the Hog's Head. I saw some Ashwinders heading there. And as my mother would never go near the Hog's Head, she is less likely to learn of my activities than if I were to wander the village questioning its residents.
Where am I to find these friends of his?
I do not know about Mr. Rabe, but his wife, Daisy, is often in Hogsmeade, as is Agabus Filbert. And Otto Dibble, he works at Gladrags, so you will likely find him there.
What sort of information am I trying to gather from these people?
They may know what evidence Mr. Bickle had against Harlow, or they may have evidence of their own. We simply need to know whatever they know.
Very well. I'll speak with them, see what I can learn.
I knew I could rely on you. We need to know how they are being blackmailed by Rookwood and Harlow. Meet me here after you have spoken with them. Hopefully, by the time you return, I will be able to move a bit more freely.
Let's look at what we have, shall we?
Revelio.
The young today are willing to...
Mrs. Rabe should be nearby.
Oh, Isco, what have I done?
Mrs. Rabe, I wondered if I might speak with you about Theophilus Harlow. I'm a friend of the Bickles and am trying to gather evidence against him.
Poor Joanna and little Archie. And now Harlow has taken my darling Isco.
What do you mean? Why?
I'm a security guard at Gringotts, and my husband is a curse breaker for them. Harlow approached me about helping him extort my colleagues into giving him treasures from the vaults.
And you declined?
Of course I declined. Repeatedly. I thought they'd given up, until I came home one night and found my husband gone, and a note affixed to my door with a knife. The note stated that I only had a few days to reconsider helping with some banking needs, and that my husband would appreciate it if I acted quickly. But the help Harlow wants is help that I cannot give, and my dearest Isco is paying the price.
Why wouldn't Harlow extort your husband?
Isco's job is even more removed from the vaults than mine. He travels the world for the bank. He could do nothing for Harlow. I'm the one in the bank on a daily basis, which evidently makes me an enticing target for blackmail.
Have you helped Harlow since your husband was taken?
No, I'm worried sick about Isco, but he'd never want me to compromise my integrity. I also know that he's extremely clever. That said, I was hoping he would have escaped by now. It makes me concerned as to why he hasn't.
Are you sure the note means that your husband was kidnapped?
What else could it possibly mean? Besides, I came home to find that someone had trampled the daisies in our garden. It may sound silly, but those were Isco's pride and joy. He would never have let that happen.
Thank you, Mrs. Rabe. Knowing the lengths that Harlow will go to is helpful, albeit more than disturbing.
Mr. Bickle was trying to help us, but now he's gone. I don't know what to do.
I shall do all I can to get evidence against Harlow, Mrs. Rabe.
Very well. Here's the note I received. You must be careful as well. Please don't put yourself in danger.
Some evidence worth hanging on to.
Thank you. I hope it's not too late.
Now, to find Mr. Bickle's other two friends. Otto Dibble works at Gladrags. I should check there.
Plenty for your perusal today. Take your time.
Revelio.
My father always taught
Please tell me you didn't take
Revelio.
it. But perhaps it's been here all along.
Mr. Dibble, may I speak with you? It's about Theophilus Harlow.
I've nothing to say about him. May I interest you in a stunning cravat today?
Please, sir, I'd like to help. I spoke to Mrs. Bickle.
You know the Bickles? All right. But we must be discreet. Can't have Mr. Hill hearing this.
I know Mr. Hill. He was kind to me the day of the troll attack.
Oh, he's a good man. But even he wouldn't understand about Harlow. It started a few weeks ago. I was distracted, reading a note, when you-know-who came into the shop. I hid the note behind the counter and offered to help him. He stared at me for a moment, then asked me to check on an order he'd placed. I went into the storeroom to check on what turned out to be a non-existent order. When I returned, he was holding the note.
What was in the note?
It was a note from Rosie Hill, Mr. Hill's daughter. You see, we've been, well, secretly engaged these past 6 months. We haven't told Mr. Hill yet. I dare say he has higher hopes for her. Harlow advised me in no uncertain terms that my relationship with Rosie, not to mention my employment here, depended upon my cooperation.
What does he ask you to do?
It all happened so quickly. In an instant, he took a very expensive scarf from the counter, pocketed it, and smiled. He said, "Your secret is safe as long as I can supply my lady friend with delightful items like this every so often." I've been able to cover for his requests until now with some creative bookkeeping, but I can't keep it up for much longer. I'm terrified to say anything. I could never live without Rosie.
Could you give me a bit more detail about the note? That might help me to identify it should I come across it.
It's on Rosie's special pink stationery. It has her monogram at the top, RH. That's how Mr. Hill would know it was real.
What have you been doing to keep the extortion a secret?
Well, as I mentioned, creative bookkeeping. And I've also been trying to cover the costs with my own savings, but I'm running out of money. Of course, none of this bodes well for my efforts to improve my circumstances and to be worthy of Rosie.
I met Mr. Hill the day of the troll attack. He was kind to me. Why don't you just tell him?
He's a lovely man. But when it comes to Rosie, I fear he loses all perspective. He'd see this as a grave betrayal. I'd lose my job instantly, and Rosie as well.
Thank you for telling me. I'm gathering evidence to take Harlow down.
I would love nothing more than to see him rotting in Azkaban, but be careful. He's an awful man and incredibly dangerous. As for Rosie's letter, should you happen upon it, I have committed it to memory. You may destroy it immediately.
Understood.
Now hurry off before Mr. Hill returns.
We're on the right track. Now to find the last of Mr. Bickle's friends. Revelio. Agabus Filbert must be around here somewhere.
Hello there.
Excuse me, Mr. Filbert. I wondered if I might speak with you about your dealings with Theophilus Harlow. I hope to ease Mrs. Bickle's mind by gathering evidence against him.
Oh, tragic, what happened to Bickle. He wanted me to speak out against Harlow for an act of violence committed against me. But I feared Harlow's retaliation, and so I refused.
If you had spoken out against him as Mr. Bickle asked, perhaps Harlow would be locked away by now.
Perhaps. But perhaps I would have suffered a similar fate.
You said that Harlow committed an act of violence against you. Could you tell me what happened?
Before my extraordinary wife, Dulcibella, passed away, she had just completed a small book of poetry. As a surprise for her birthday, one she never had the chance to celebrate, I had the book beautifully bound and plated in gold. One day, Harlow came calling to punish me for having spoken out against the Neanderthals that comprise Rookwood's lot. Before I knew it, I'd been petrified, and Harlow was rifling through my home. He found the book of poetry, with its exquisite gold plating. I watched helplessly, lying there in my entranceway as he walked away with the book, laughing as he went. I was shaken to my core. Still am, to be honest.
I imagine you fear Harlow retaliating again, but do you mind if I share this information with Officer Singer?
I suppose I have no choice. This extortion can't go on forever. You can pass it on to anyone who may be willing to help. Harlow does not like people talking, as you already know.
I've spoken with Mr. Bickle's friends. Now to find Natty. It's not like Natty to be late. She said she was going to the Hog's Head. Perhaps I'll find her there. Revelio! Accio! Natty must be around here somewhere. Natty's wand. She can cast without it. She wanted me to find this. She's in trouble. Revelio will show me where she was taken.
Nosy little students get what's coming to them.
Revelio. Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find her. The footprints led to this room. Accio. A hidden door. Revelio. Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find her quickly. Revelio. I'd better be sure I'm not seen.
He wants them alive.
Student would be arrogant enough to come in here alone. What?
Just keep an eye out.
I ain't allowed back in Glad Rags on account of my
Someone messing about.
Where did you go, Howard?
Incendio. Bombardo. Sego.
quite conductive, aren't they?
I'm just warming up.
Defendo.
To your knees.
Bombardo.
You can't hold out forever. You're dancing on dangerous ground, my friend.
Incendio. Defendo.
Had enough?
Flash
Incendio.
inspiration.
You think I'm deterred? It'll take more than that.
Bombardo.
I'll have none of that.
Defendo.
You weaken quickly.
Incendio. Bombardo.
Come on, you can do a through. Novice luck.
Expulso.
You're no match for me.
Incendio.
What are your thoughts on
Electricity.
Incendio? Expulso.
That's just the beginning.
Might want to look up.
Protego. Calixio.
To your knees.
Leviosa.
Had enough.
Stand down from above.
I'm
Calixio. Leviosa. Arresto Momentum.
Protego.
Leviosa.
That's more like it.
Leviosa.
What are you?
Calixio. Defendo. Revelio. The book of poems that was taken from Agabus Filbert. He'll be thrilled to have this back. Otto Dibble's love letter from Rosie. He wanted me to destroy this if I found it. Bombarda. Revelio. Bombarda. Revelio. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Revelio. 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 Natty must be here somewhere.
You found us! I knew you would realize I had left my wand for you. Speak to Mr. Wade. He will tell you what you need to do.
Over here. I need your help.
Mr. Rabe, Daisy told me you'd been abducted.
You spoke with my wife. How is she?
Worried about you. Are you all right?
I am all right. Thank you for coming. These locks are cursed, and there's an anti-apparition jinx on the cells. Even Natty's skill with wandless magic cannot free us. I need you to find my wand.
Use mine. We'll find yours together once you're out of there.
I need my wand for this. Using one with which I have no connection may not work as well or as quickly, and we cannot risk detection.
I shall do my best. Any idea where it might be?
It's nearby. I can sense it.
Understood. I'll find it.
Your friend Natty was not able to summon my wand. It must be blocked by something. I can tell.
Mr. Rabe's wand could be in there. Mr. Rabe's wand must be nearby if he can sense it from his cell. Mr. Rabe's wand! He'll be glad to have this back. Mr. Rabe, I found your wand.
Well done. I knew it was nearby. Now, you best stand back. One never knows how a curse will react to being broken.
KLK.
Thank you, Mr. Isco.
My pleasure. And thank you, my friend. We owe our lives to your bravery. I may be too weak to disapparate with you both.
T. Hogastado El Game.
You go ahead. Find Officer Singer. We will get out of here on our own.
Very well. But be careful. Thank you, my young friends.
Be prepared for a fight. These Ashwinders must pay.
Hey, el yugo ha estado interesante, me ha sorprendido. Cuchillo.
Revelio. Lumos.
Lumos. Let's find Officer Singer and put an end to Harlow.
Natsai Onai. I should have known. And you, the troll dispatcher. Oh, thank goodness the two of you are safe. Isco Rabe told me a couple of students had rescued him. Should have known it was you two.
Is Mr. Rabe all right?
He is. I sent him home to his wife. Miss Onai, your mother will not be pleased to learn that you're still risking your safety pursuing these dangerous men.
Actually, Officer Singer, Natty and I learned of several Hogsmeade residents who've had their lives threatened by the Ashbinders. In addition to abducting Mr. Rabe to blackmail his wife and Natty, Rookwood and Harlow have also extorted Agabus Filbert and Otto Dibble.
I will look into all of that. As for the two of you, I appreciate what you're trying to do, but you are taking great risk. Next time, please let the authorities handle the Ashwinders.
Yes, officer. Do you have enough evidence to take down Harlow and the rest of Rookwood's lot?
Well, it's certainly a good start. We shall see. But you can leave this to me now. Natsai, you may wish to speak with your mother about this before I do.
My mother will not like this. Thank you again for rescuing me. We shall speak soon.
Mine now, demi-guys. What do we have here? A demi-guise. Yeah.
Hello there. Come on in. Plenty to look at here. Let me know if there's anything else I can do to help.
Does it get any more cozy than Hogsmeade?
I can do this. I can do this. They will want to help.
Is this where we're meeting the centaurs?
Well, they don't exactly know we're coming, so it's less of a meeting and more of a surprise, I suppose.
I'm not sure about this. I can't imagine they're fond of being surprised.
We don't have a choice if we want to help the Snidgets. Perhaps they'll be able to tell that we're sincere. There's something about them that's so knowing. It's almost unnerving.
I suppose they are known for having an air of omniscience.
That's exactly the right word. Never mind.
What is it?
It's nothing, truly. We've no secrets to hide.
Speaking of secrets, I do want to tell you why Victor Rookwood's after me. He's working with Ranrock, and Ranrock's after something I found at Gringotts. Fig had a portkey that led us there after the dragon attack. It's a bit of a long story, and Fig's asked that I not speak of it yet.
Goodness. Well, that certainly helps explain a bit about what we saw back at Horntail Hall. Of course, I'll guard your secret as if it were my own. Even the centaurs won't know.
We'll simply be honest with them about what we're trying to do. They'll have to help us, won't they?
Yes, of course. You're absolutely right. We'll meet with them, tell them about the Snidgets, and I'm sure it'll all be fun.
What do you think you're doing here, humans?
Please! We were hoping to speak with you.
Ah! I suppose you'd like a tale for your friends of the time you spoke to a centaur, and it spoke back.
No, never. We're here because we need your help.
Enough! You made a grave error in judgment in coming here, little witch.
Leave them be, Alec. We do not harm the young. It is not our way.
You forget your place, old fool. I'm the leader of this herd, and while you cling to our way, their kind continue to slaughter beasts like us without a care!
From what I can see, they have slaughtered no one. They will leave here unharmed.
Mark my words, Doran. If I ever see them again, it will be all 3 of your heads.
Foolish children. Do you know what happens to wizards who wander here? Now, follow me before
Golden
I...
Snidgets are still alive, and the poachers are after them. They know that the key to finding them lies in the moonlight, but they don't know what that means, yet. Please, help us find the Snidgets before the poachers do.
Could it be? In the south, there is a cave within which lies what the poachers seek. A moonstone. Retrieve it and place it in the henge in the forest. I, on the other hand, must go speak with the herd. Find me after you have done this.
I don't understand. So the moonlight mentioned in the journal doesn't refer to actual moonlight, but to a moonstone. What do moonstones have to do with Snidgets? And why was he so certain about where we could find one?
Isn't Moonstone all around us? Why retrieve one from a cave?
Knowing centaurs, I suspect he's referring to a specific moonstone. We'll likely know it when we see it.
I don't know, but I am inclined to believe him, what with his being a centaur and all.
I am too. It is a shame how quickly he left. What was his name? Doran.
That's what the leader of the herd called him.
Well, if Doran knows something we don't, I'd rather act now and ask questions later. I can head to the library and start looking into the cave he mentioned. I'll let you know what I find.
What are you up to now?
Could it be a Merlin trial? The course looks rather deserted. I hope everything's all right.
I'm over here.
Hello again, Imelda. This course is a bit far from the castle, isn't it?
Obviously. Evidently too far for most of our classmates. Pathetic. They should be begging me to keep these trials alive, not running scared. I'm surprised our new 5th year showed up. I suppose I appreciate the effort.
That's actually... thank you.
I know I can be impatient, but I get frustrated by those who don't take things as seriously as I do. And in my experience, that's everyone. Anyway, don't let it go to your head. Right then, enough chatter. I'm confident I've posted a time you won't be able to beat.
We'll soon see how I fare, won't we? I'm ready.
Get ready to lose.
That wasn't too difficult. Brilliant. This is going well. Brilliant flying, if I do say so myself. Excellent. Made it. Brilliant. That wasn't too difficult. That wasn't too bad. That was quite something.
Impressive work today, but don't get too comfortable. I'll be on your heels in no time. My family's not going to believe the news when I tell them. They're almost as competitive as I am. Almost.
Do you get your competitiveness from your family?
You could say that. My grandfather played Quidditch for Puddlemere United. And my father, well, he was a chaser for Slytherin, but had to stop after a curse took his knees out. Said it was the Gryffindor beater. And me, I fell in love with flying the first time I saw the ground disappear beneath my feet. Something about the freedom you feel on a broom. I've not been able to stop since.
Will you keep running these courses?
I'll race them myself. Don't want to get rusty. but I won't be dealing with time trials. You're welcome to run them too. Anyway, hope we find time to fly again soon.
I take it you want to play for a team, but which one? And which position?
I'm my father's girl. A chaser through and through. You'd know that if Black hadn't cancelled Quidditch this year. As for a team, it's the Holyhead Harpies I've always dreamt of. When I'm finished with school, I'll try out. If for some reason I don't get accepted, I don't know what I'll do. Herbology, perhaps? Because if that did happen, you might as well pot me and call me a mandrake. I'd never stop screaming.
It's been fun competing against your records, Imelda.
It has been fun. Glad you're here, 5th year. You're an asset to our house. You take care of yourself.
Revelio. I should let Mr. Weeks know that this was his best upgrade yet. Hogsmeade, here I come.
How's my favourite test flyer? Thanks for stopping by. Hope to see you again.
Hello again, Mr. Weeks. I set a new record at the South Course.
Fantastic! Your broom performed well then?
The best upgrade yet. It flew beautifully, incredibly nimble. But with the speeds it now reaches, I can feel the wind catching beneath the seat a bit, preventing it from reaching its full potential.
Of course! Should have anticipated that. Exactly the kind of report I've come to expect from you. At last, I think I know what needs to be done for my final upgrade.
What will you do after the final upgrade is complete?
I aim to make Spintwitches the most sought-after shop in Hogsmeade. And I wouldn't mind getting back on a broom myself, just for the thrill of it. Couldn't be more pleased we made headway with the upgrades, proved the naysayers wrong, made all the hard work worth it.
I shall look forward to speaking again.
I'll be sure to send you an owl when I'm finished. Thank you again for your help. Couldn't have done this without you.
Good for Mr. Weeks. Mr. Weeks and I do make a good team.
How nice to see you, my young friend.
Revelio.
I have been meaning to speak with you.
I still can't believe we escaped the Ashwinders.
You may not realize it, but you are the talk of the school since you saved me that day.
I wonder how everyone knows about it.
I told my mother in the hope that she would be more forgiving of what I have been up to if it came from me. She likely told other professors, and news travels quickly. Unfortunately, she might, in fact, have been even less forgiving than I'd hoped.
I don't blame her for being concerned. We have been involved in some dangerous activities.
As the Ashwinders were locking me up and threatening my life, it did occur to me that my mother may have been right.
Has Officer Singer done anything with the evidence we provided?
She has not. Harlow is as strong as ever. Someone needs to stop him, whether it is us or Officer Singer. If someone had stopped the monsters like him in Matabeleland, my father would be alive today.
What exactly happened to your father?
It was a beautiful day. My mother had gone to tend to a neighbor who was ill, and so my father and I were galloping in the savannah.
Galloping? Your father was also an animagus, I take it?
He could become the most majestic giraffe, and he would carry me on his back, my arms around his neck. We were on our way home when we surprised a group of bandits who had come from our village. One of them saw me just as he removed a scarf from his face. He shouted and then aimed his rifle.
He didn't want you to identify him.
Exactly. In an instant, my father bowed his neck to protect me and was hit. As he fell, my father changed back into his human form. When the bandits saw this, they turned and ran in fear. Magic terrified them, and then he was gone. And it was all my fault.
Your fault? How so?
He died protecting me. If I had been capable of protecting myself, he would still be alive today. My mother and I tried to go on without him, but it became too much for us there. A few years later, we left to come to Scotland.
Do you think taking down the Ashwinders will avenge your father's death?
No. Vengeance is not what drives me. My father would not want that. He and my mother raised me to believe that it is a privilege to be able to fight for those who cannot. I know there is risk involved, but I feel it is worth it. I am glad you seem to think so too.
What does your mother think about all of this?
Well, as you saw, she worries a great deal. She is an excellent seer, but I think it bothers her to this day that she did not see my father's death coming. She misses him, as do I. So I believe on some level she understands my need to seek justice in a small way. But that does not mean that she likes it.
Do you think your father would approve of the things we've been doing?
Oh my, that is a good question. In theory, yes. Although he would worry as my mother does. But I think he, of all people, would understand my persistence. My father never shied away from a fight for good, no matter how ruthless the foe. And I think he would have enjoyed knowing that I had a compatriot like you.
I'm sorry, Natty. I can't imagine what you've been through. Your father sounds exceptional.
He was. Truly extraordinary. And thank you for your kind words. We all have our burdens. My father had a saying about that.
Yes, I remember. Rain does not fall on one roof alone.
Exactly. Soon you and I will put an end to the Ashwinders, beginning with Harlow. And once he is gone, we will turn our attention to Rookwood. We are making progress, and we will succeed. Thank you again for saving me. You deserve all of the praise you have received.
Hello. Are you here for Summoner's Court?
That I am. Don't expect to be as lucky here as you were in Crossed Wands. Speaking of which, care to play a match?
Of course, Charlotte.
Then may the best summoner win. Accio! Precisely as planned.
Accio!
Sting me with a billywig? I'll never top that. Accio! Precisely as planned. Nice technique. Accio! Precisely as planned.
Accio!
I'll remember that. Well, you are good. I'm not too proud to admit when I've lost. Where did you learn to play like that?
I play by intuition, natural skill and all that.
That's been my strategy. I suppose it only gets you so far, though. Well, you've only one opponent left now. I won't say more than that, but let's just say he's the best for a reason.
Revelio.
I thought I could count on my friend.
Pardon me, is everything all right?
No, it's not. We only had 2 bells to go, but she just had to go and spoil things.
I'm afraid I don't follow. Who spoiled things? Also, what bells?
Professor Black ordered Mr. Moon to take down the bells in the bell tower. Said they were giving him a headache. Those bells are a part of Hogwarts. I wasn't about to let that happen. So, I asked my friend Adelaide to help me put them back. We've always been a duo of sorts, Adelaide and Evangeline. Addie and Evie. Anyway, it was going swimmingly until Black started asking questions. Then she wasn't comfortable with our rule breaking. Now I'm stuck, unable to tell which bell goes where. He was running late to Charms, or called Ignatia Wildsmith to dinner. We can't simply fiddle with history. We're meant to be its stewards.
It's certainly an odd decree, even for Black, taking down the bells for a headache.
I agree. I thought it might also have been that they interrupted his hourly naps. That's all he does in his office, you know. But then I heard... Can you keep a secret?
I can.
I heard from Alice, who heard from Ollie, who heard from Eugenia, that it's because the bells reminded him of his wedding day. Breaks out in a sweat every hour on the hour. But mum's the word.
If only 2 bells are left, Isn't it fairly easy to tell which goes where?
Easy for you, perhaps. I happen to be tone deaf. Mother likes to say I couldn't carry a tune if it hopped on my back like a chocolate frog. No point putting them back in if they don't sound just as they did before, for the sake of historical accuracy.
Perhaps I could help put the bells back up.
Really? Oh, that would be wonderful. The bells are in the bell tower just above the music room. You're certainly of more help than Adelaide.
I imagine the bells are just inside in the bell tower.
Thought someone as young as me could save my uncle's life.
Wonder.
Ah, the bells must be upstairs. Revelio. Aloha Mora. Revelio. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Ah, found them. Ah, one up, one to go. Revelio. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. Well, that wasn't too hard. Evangeline should be pleased about this, even if Black isn't. Revelio. Aloha Mora. Revelio. The bells are back up, Evangeline.
Oh, you're a credit to the school. I can't wait to hear them. I can't wait for the headmaster to hear them. I wish I could see his face. Future generations may not truly appreciate what you've done, but I do. And I hope that you do as well. You don't know how much this means, for me and for Hogwarts.
Sometimes it seems all roads lead to Hogsmeade.
Beetle the Bard is a bit too hairy-hearted.
Oh, hello again. Couldn't have perfected the broom upgrades without your help. As always, I have a special prize for you. I truly enjoyed working with you. Thank you for believing in me. Thanks for stopping by. Hope to see you again.
What are you up to now?
Wonder who lives here.
You can't imagine how inconvenient travel was before I invented flu powder.
What if he's lonely?
Hello, madam. Is everything all right?
I'm simply beside myself since Rococo ran away. He's my pet niffler.
I'm sorry to hear that your pet is missing.
Thank you. I appreciate your words. I mean, I've had him for years. He's lovely company. Whilst on our morning constitutional the other day, south of here, he and I stumbled upon Henrietta's hideaway. They say that Henrietta was a paranoid recluse, filled her castle with all manner of traps to keep thieves from pinching her valuables. As we drew near, the morning sun reflected off something in a window, and before I knew it, Rococo was off. I've been worried sick, but I'm not about to meddle with Merlin knows what's inside that house, or the Ashwinders that are lurking about.
Why did Henrietta feel the need to protect her house like she did?
Henrietta was a baroness who married well, more than a few times. Her immense wealth drove her to a life of suspicion and isolation. The more wealth she amassed, the more paranoid she became of losing it. Hence the terrifying traps throughout the hideaway. Not even her family has been willing to deal with them to get to her fortune.
Why don't you just get Rococo back yourself?
Henrietta's hideaway is treacherous enough, but add Ashwinders into the picture and, well, I love Rococo, but I love staying alive more.
I'll keep an eye out for Rococo.
Oh, that's terribly kind. But stay away from the hideaway. Far too dangerous. If someone does find him in the hideaway, they shall be well rewarded. Henrietta's treasures are theirs for the taking. She certainly won't mind now.
What do you have for sale?
What's brought you here today?
That hideaway does sound intriguing. Perhaps I should investigate, for Rococo's sake. Revelio. This must be the castle where Miss Ashwinders! I'd better find a way around them. Or perhaps through them. Confringo! Revelio. A castle. Confringo. What went on here, I wonder? Revelio. Confringo! His Merlin trials won't get the best of me. Revelio. Likely this astronomy table will be better. Confringo! Revelio. This place has seen better days. This castle's hiding all sorts of secrets. I hope the Ashwinders haven't done anything with Rococo. More treasure. Rococo must have been through here. I should follow the treasure to find that Niffler. Revelio. Arresto Momentum. Treasure. That Niffler's certainly leaving quite a trail. More Ashwine.
That was a good haul. It's always unpleasant.
I've raided Brockborough more times than I can count. They're incapable of defending themselves.
Did you hear that? Perhaps it's dinner I'm hearing. Has your brain been infested with bundimans? A maneuver like that... I know, I'm not hearing things.
Expulsion!
Descendo!
You're the one who stole our Godlian. You're no match for me. I'm not done with you. I know you stole our... You You've made a great mistake. You're going to regret that. I'd be impressed by...
And no one to share in my victory. When I get my hands on that Niffler...
Confringo! Revelio! Levioso!
Never realized how tiring it can be to capture a Niffler.
Revelio! Arresto momentum.
Now here's a sad-looking place. It's like a place right out of a storybook.
My poor Rococo.
Miss Coffee, I found your Niffler.
Oh, goodness, really? Oh, thank you. You're very brave. I was at my wit's end. How's my sweet Rococo? May I have him back?
I'm sure he'll be happy to go home.
He will. Oh, my brave little explorer. My greedy, greedy boy. Oh, I can't wait to get him home. Thank you again for what you did. From now on, I'll keep Rococo on a lead whenever we go out. Thank you for stopping by.
Pardon? Were you calling to me?
I was. I'm Marianne Moffat. Pleasure. At the moment, I'm having a great deal of trouble trying to find a particular diricol.
Ah, yes, the magical bird. Can disappear when it senses danger.
Peculiar things, aren't they? Did you know that muggles call them dodos? Such a funny name. I'm worried about a large albino diricol known as Gwynaira. She's a local legend, so of course poachers are after her. If I had her, I'd treat her like a queen, and I could use her molted feathers as fashion accessories.
Seems you're more concerned with the feathers than the bird. But she'd be safer with you than with poachers.
Indeed. They'd pluck her feathers and likely kill her when they were through. I can't seem to rescue her, and I'm worried the diricols don't trust me since I've been hanging about their den.
Why are you fixated on Gwynaira and not rescuing all the diricols?
Gwynaira is special. She's more attractive to poachers with her lovely plumage. They'll try harder to take her. The other diricols seem to have managed evading poachers quite well on their own.
Can you tell me what the diricol den looks like?
It's down by the shore, on a sort of overhanging cliff. You'll recognise it by all of the diricols lolling about.
I'll keep an eye out for a large white diricol.
Oh, thank you. Those gorgeous feathers. And she'd be safe. One last thing. She seems to spend her days in hiding. I've only ever seen her at night. I do hope you're able to save her. Be prepared to chase her. I sometimes wonder if she actually enjoys the pursuit.
I suppose I should watch for Gwynaira. At night, apparently. This is the diricol den, but Miss Moffat said Gwynaira only appears at night. This must be the diricol den that Miss Moffat told me about. Now where is Gwynaira?
Levioso!
Got her! Now I need to let Miss Moffat know. I'll look after you.
Rebellion.
Seems a pleasant enough little place.
Oh, hello. Any luck finding...
Miss Moffat, I caught Gwenira.
That's incredible. Was it terribly difficult?
Not too bad, if you know what you're doing.
Don't be so humble about it. Well, may I have her now?
Of course.
Oh, you're too kind. She has such exquisite plumage. Oh, I shall make the finest attire from her feathers. And she'll have a good life too, of course. Ah. Thank you so much for bringing me Gwenira. I shall keep her safe and only use her feathers sparingly.
I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
Something must be done about the vile thieves who've infested the area.
There you go. Confringo. Bombarda.
The Ashwinders cannot be allowed to run roughshod over our way of life.
Is everything all right, Madam...
Olivier, Madame Olivier, and no, everything is not all right. The vermin known as the Ashwinders have infested nearby Clagmar Castle, disrupting not only our sense of peace, but our valuable trade. It appeared that they were finally going to slither away until Sylvanus Selwyn arrived.
Sylvanus Selwyn?
Head rat. My guess is that if someone were to take out Selwyn, the rest of the Ashwinders would disperse. But Selwyn is a skilled wizard. I certainly can't take care of him myself. Believe me, I wish I could. I'm at my wit's end.
Sylvanus Selwyn? I thought Victor Rookwood headed up the Ashwinders.
Selwyn's one of Rookwood's lieutenants. Not quite as terrifying as Theophilus Harlow, but a menace nonetheless.
Where is Clagmar Castle?
Clagmar Castle's along the south coast, south and to the west of here.
What's so dangerous about the Ashwinders?
They're not your typical thieves and extortionists. Not that typical thieves and extortionists are lovely company. They would not leave poor Bella Navarro alone. She'd given them everything, but still they kept threatening her. She was ready to go back to her family in Italy, almost lost her livelihood. They are ruthless.
I could take care of Selwyn for you.
Goodness, no. I'd never ask a student to confront Selwyn. But I'm offering a nice bounty on his head. Feel free to put the word out. I only want Cragcroft to go back to normal. I'm tired of living under the thumb of Selwyn.
Wonder who lives here. Sounds as if Sylvanus Selwyn has to go. Abandoned long ago, no doubt. This must be the castle that Sylvanas Selwyn and his thieves are in. If I can just get to him, I should be able to disband the group.
I shan't be having none of your nonsense. Leave me like that again and you'll soon find yourself with naught but poachers at your back.
They come after me, they'll rest in 10 graves.
I don't feel bad fleecing those cape flappers in Cragcroft.
If Selwyn's plan works out, you suppose we'll all be rich?
Totalis. Revelio.
Everyone in Upper Hogsfield shudders when they see me coming, and rightfully so. Selwyn would be as sick of this hole as we are if he'd been camped out here as long as we have.
They know the lies and falsehoods no one's mightier and Rockwoods.
Rookwood should never have put Selwyn in charge. Although I suppose Selwyn is better than Harlow.
Revelio.
No. It's a bird calling. Not at all. He only calls his servants, so no, I don't... Who's of an owl? That's what I call that.
Revelio.
I've no idea what Selwyn sees in this place. And nothing left to steal from Moonridge years.
Revelio.
You want to leave it at least a week before you go poking back the tracks of a reaver. Stop mouldering. Find some good treasures. Yes, you can. I once found a copper pot what had a real gem in it. Amethyst, I reckon.
Provocus Totalis. Trouble's brewing and I'm without my friends.
Fine use of my talents, this.
Revelio. There's Selwyn. I wonder if I can pull his guards away.
Anyone looking for troubles found it in me.
Rookwood will leave it.
Provocus Totalis.
I may go to Hogsmeade later, stir up some trouble. They need to be
Revelio.
we're still running.
This looks like the spot from the treasure map.
My loyalty's to Rookwood and no one else.
I've had enough of Belcroft. Hope I never have to see it again.
It's Totalis. Revelio.
I hope
it's Totalis. Revelio. It's Totalis. Revelio. It's Totalis.
You mean you're the one who stole our Expulso? Incendio! You should go about stealing goblins. Can't believe you take...
Glacier!
You're the one who released Treadwell, aren't you? That was a mistake, my friend. You're the one who uses the dark arts. Expulso!
Defender!
Quite a storm is coming.
Bombarda!
Expulso! I've seen you, Jules. Your strategy won't work on me.
That's it for Selwyn. I should go and see Madame Olivier back in Cragcroft about that bounty. Revelio.
Always got me walking. You find yourself roaming the land like you only need clothes, jewelry for my voice. You'll know exactly where I am. You can blindfold me and I'll still lead you to safety. Skill, that is. What me mother taught me. Proper skill.
It's Totalis. Wait till Sebastian hears about this. An Ashwinder. Revelio. Perhaps the map contains clues about the order I'm supposed to ring the bells in. Perhaps the map contains clues about the order I'm supposed to ring the bells in. Perhaps the map contains clues about the order I'm supposed to ring the bells in. Perhaps the map contains clues about the order I'm supposed to ring the bells in. Perhaps the map contains clues about the order I'm supposed to ring the bells in. That did it. Revelio. And look, treasure. Perhaps not the best place to be caught alone. Who lived here, I wonder? It's like a place right out of a storybook. I know a Merlin trial when
Have you heard any news about Sylvana Selwyn?
Selwyn has been taken care of.
You defeated Selwyn? Merlin's beard. A student took down one of Rookwood's top filth. Then I suppose this bounty is yours. Well deserved.
I'm glad I could help protect Cragcroft from the Ashwinders.
The thieves will finally leave us alone. Thanks to you. You're welcome in Cragcroft anytime. It's such a pleasant place when it's not being threatened by Ashwinders.
Everything's all right now. Professor Howard will never believe this. Settle yourself. I mean you no harm.
Welcome back.
Hello, Professor. I have news. The goblins are looking for something. Another repository. They've built drills to help with their search.
Most troubling.
Are these repositories like the broken container I found at Rookwood Castle?
They are. I fear we have no time to lose. Have a look at the map. Fortunately, the next trial is fairly nearby.
It's Hogwarts.
As you know, I was headmistress in my time. My portrait hangs in the headmaster's office. In fact, I witnessed Professor Black learn of your arrival. And I'll confess that I wondered about you.
Wait, is the next trial in the headmaster's office?
It is. I had hoped that when the time came, the occupant of that office would be of help to us. Unfortunately, this headmaster seems wildly unconcerned with anything but himself. You'll need to access the office while he's away.
I understand. Very well. I'll find some way to get in.
Good. I shall meet you in my portrait there. Until then.
Tame Drew Gando Kampai. KLK.
Dime a ver, compadre. Me pasé la tarde durmiendo y ahora estoy jugando y viendo la película. Bueno, oyendo la película, en verdad.
How will I gain access to the headmaster's office? Perhaps Professor Fig will know what to do.
Aki Lagondo del Travagio.
El diablo, ya se te acabó las vacaciones. O sea, yo juraba que estaba vacaciones todavía.
Cool Pellicula. Harry Potter.
Sí, la de Harry Potter.
Yo solo time 7 dias de una part guardadas por si el bro vin tomarlas ahí. Tome asterisk.
Oh, ya, diablo, qué heavy que tú puedes tomar que la puedes tomar así. Que la puedes coger un par de días. Así, bueno, aquí es así también, por lo menos donde yo trabajo. Y yo voy acumulando horas y yo la cojo cuando me da mi gana.
SK yo acumule 14 dias, to solo pudes tomar de 7 on adelante aquí.
Oh, ya. Donde yo trabajo tú acumulas horas. Cada vez que yo cobro un cheque, bueno, ya por el tiempo que tengo en la compañía, yo acumulo 4 horas. Y un día libre son 8 horas. Bueno, técnicamente son 10, pero uno puede coger 8. Entonces cada vez que yo acumulo 8 horas, por ejemplo, ahora mismo yo tengo ¿cuántas? 13 creo que es vaina. Ya eso es un día. Yo puedo coger cualquier día que me dé mi gana.
Professor Fig, the keepers have shown me where the next trial is.
Has something changed?
Lodgok and I have learned that the goblins are searching for another repository.
Yalta saves at Euro and Mies de vacations teens are accumuladas on Horace J. Jaja.
Help in their search. Professor Fitzgerald seems very concerned.
No, yo siempre lo uso. Yo si un día me levanto, coño, I don't feel like going to work. Yo agarro y uso una hora, uso un día y así.
We encountered each other at Rookwood Castle. She was doing research. That's where she found the container with the port key. He liked her so much that he let her leave with it, despite orders from Ranrock.
I don't know what to say. She could win over almost anyone. I want to hear more of this. And, in fact, I'd like to speak with Lodgok directly. But we've no time now. Where is the next trial?
Believe it or not, it's in the headmaster's office.
Incredible. All right. You'll need the password to get past the stone gargoyle. The headmaster's house elf will know it.
I've actually met Scrope, but I'm not sure he'll tell me. He's rather devoted to the Black family.
He is. So you'll need a disguise. I have just the thing. A polyjuice potion. You'll look and sound like Professor Black.
Wait, doesn't Polyjuice Potion require a bit of the person you want to change
into? Kado 1 Mies Y20 dias on law impressa SM dia the vacations.
How do you already have Polyjuice Potion to change into Professor Black?
One never knows when such a thing may come in handy. Let's just say I felt the need to be prepared for anything.
Oh, ya, pues está heavy. Pero, ¿a ti te pagan por hora o a ti te pagan por sueldo?
Drink up and I shall explain more.
Oh, ya. Sí, yo he visto que mucho trabajo de ella ahora se hace mucho esa vaina de pagar por hora.
How do I sound? Convincing. I've taken the liberty of transfiguring your robes. As we discussed, you'll need the password from Scrope, who could be anywhere in the castle. You might look for Professor Kagawa. She's taken to badgering the poor elf about Quidditch in the hopes that he can convince Black to change his mind. Thus far, unsuccessfully.
I see. But what if Professor Black sees me?
Leave him to me. I shall tell him where to meet a liaison from the Ministry in Hogsmeade. That should give you plenty of time.
Thank you, Professor.
I suppose we'll meet again in the map chamber. It's rather strange to hear gratitude coming from Professor Black. I'll see you there. Now to find the headmaster's
SOS call center. Pero aquí es raro que paguen por hora casi siempre es fijo y mensual una loquera.
Ya, sí, yo pienso que digo que muchos negocios de allá, así como call center y vaina, ahora tienen esa política. Me imagino como pagan directamente, son compañías que son contratadas por compañía de aquí, por eso es así. Sí, yo tengo mucha gente. Oh shit. Conozco mucha gente que trabaja en call center.
Professor Sharp, places to be.
Of course,
sir. Only you'd asked me about a particular potion, and I did. I did.
Sí, yo me había encontrado raro. Y dije, qué raro que Manolo está colectado jugando con los muchachos, que lo vi que estaban jugando Street Fighter ahorita. Pero yo dije, oh, quizás está haciendo una vaina, una diligencia, pero ya veo que trabajando que estaba.
Very well. I've brewed the cure for boils you wanted. I can drop it by your office when it's convenient. Of course, yes. No need for all the cloak and dagger. Simply have a student deliver it. A student. Very well, sir. If you
on el
insist.
trabajo matando esa gente on SFV.
I just hope you brewed enough for all my boils. Now, to determine which student gets
Si pusiera en a return y sintiera en la presión.
Pero en el trabajo ustedes tienen una consola ya, o cómo que ustedes juegan.
Has anyone seen my ivory-handled hand mirror?
Porque me acuerdo el otro día que estaban hablando de que tú le diste una surregolpe a unos tigres ahí en Naruto.
How's the headmaster approaching?
Gareth! Mr. Weasley, what are you doing here? Don't you have somewhere to be?
Oh, Professor, yes, of course. All sorts of places I'd rather be right now.
El pony consolas a los viernes white schwubs.
Looking for my house elf.
Oh shit, qué bacano. Diablo, ¿y qué era lo que estaban jugando?
Muttering
hasten like as a la Uganda too.
I am watching you, Mr. Weasley. Mr. Redding, who owns Honeydukes, tells me some of his billywig stings recently went missing. Prime potion ingredient. And I know you fancy yourself a skilled potioneer.
What? But, sir, I haven't been anywhere near Honeydukes.
Bah! That's enough from you. Just know that I have eyes and ears everywhere. On your way, Mr. Weasley.
Hoyerin Ligas de Naruto, 2K23, MK11 YSFV.
Oh, diablo, qué bacano. En mi trabajo se ha vuelto más chicle. Pero ellos hacían esa vaina también, ellos. Ya. En mi trabajo tenían en el break room, tenían televisiones, tenían juegos de mesa, pila de mierda, tenían pila de disparate. Pero después que pasó lo del COVID, recogieron toda esa mierda.
Sir, I'm simply on my way outside.
Taking the day off, eh? Typical student, wasting the hours away.
Estaba matando tú en Dragon Ball.
Was heading to the greenhouse.
Ah, yes. Mixed with bubo tuba pus makes a fine mustache paste. Yes, mustache paste. I find.
Are you feeling all right, sir? You don't seem yourself.
I assure you I am quite healthy, Gaunt. If I need a medical diagnosis, I shall head to St. Mungo's. Greetings.
No, on BBC Fighter Elo Mi Gana Ai.
El OM, ¿qué es lo que lo leme?
Professor Black, again, it is not too late to reconsider your decision regarding Quidditch.
Después que le cogería se la bebió.
But the injury, Madam
Le va a pasar lo mismo que el de Naruto.
More than one student has taken up
Operation Manager LG Del Proyecto on Law and Presence.
Oh, Operation Manager, gotcha. ese es el juego que le gusta a él, me imagino.
What nonsense! That you would trivialize the health of a student over a silly game.
Media Chancellor del Tyro Jaja.
Quite impressive sometimes.
No te conviene ganarle a eso, tienes que dejarte ganar.
In sports at the ministry about you.
Pero ya me estoy pillando.
Good idea. I can even provide the parchment should you need it.
Y quillando por qué.
Parchment? Very well, I will, and with pleasure. And I spotted Scrope in the Great Hall. Seems to be avoiding me.
I wonder why. Good day, Madam Kagawa.
What did we do to deserve him as a headmaster?
Stand proud, purebloods. The future is yours. Chewing with your mouth open? Where are your manners?
Professor, a word, please.
Por pierdo, entonces debo practicar para matar esa gente, pero estoy pila de Harrigan verdad.
Oh, ya. Por eso es que te andas buscando jugar con Torre.
Very well.
I've decided to give him a bit more leeway with his time.
Leeway, Professor? Are you sure that's wise? I confess I do.
Exacto.
Coño, pero es que eso, ¿cómo te digo? Todos esos juegos de pelea al mismo tiempo, Street Fighter, Naruto, Dragon Ball, o sea, son estilos de pelea diferentes. Street Fighter 2D, la Dragon Ball por lo menos la Dragon Ball es 2D también, pero entonces la Naruto es 3D.
On Professor Fig's behalf, I've heard unsettling rumors of their escapades.
Oh, ya, bueno, yo sí me volvería un 8.
And Rookwood's lot.
What?
Si Polino estoy.
You cannot believe everything you hear, Professor. No, you cannot. I mean, I shall keep an eye on Fig. You simply keep doing the wonderful job that you're doing. Simply wonderful.
Pues fue que me encontré raro que esta gente de que en Street Fighter no te vi ahí, pero ya sé que era que porque estaba trabajando.
Good day.
A wonderful job. Leeway for Professor Fig? I shall never understand
that. That ought to give Professor Fig some breathing room.
Wait until Master sees what a wonder.
Ahem! Attention,
Sí, yo no estoy mal, era las 4 que yo estaba jugando. Yo le entré, pero yo estaba durmiendo y cuando llegué, cuando me levanté me puse a jugar Call of Duty. Pero yo vi que yo estaba jugando la Street Fighter. Pero quién ganó, no sé. Bueno, creo, probablemente Pavel, no sé. A menos que Pavel se haya puesto a estar jodiendo y no le cogió a Ken.
Of course, sir. Scrope begs forgiveness. It is the Black family motto, Master.
Right. Of course.
Master does remember it.
Bueno, ya es sábado. Imagino que tú trabajas.
It's pure bloods forever, isn't it?
Close, Master. Scrope thinks Master is indeed testing Scrope. It is always pure.
Obviously.
And, of course, as Master knows, in French.
Yes, of course. I order you to pronounce it for me.
Oh, Master knows that Scrope's French is most pitiful. Oh, very well. Toujours pure.
There is another matter, Scrope. I confiscated this filthy diary from a student. It smells of squid and seawater.
Oh, Apollonia's diary. That is quite a surprise, Master. What do you wish Scrope to do with this treasure? Rubbish.
Whatever you wish, Scrope. It's your treasure. Now, off with you!
The polyjuice potion's wearing off. I best get out of sight. Made it just in time. It's wearing off.
Fig was right. I can't believe it worked. Now to speak the password to the gargoyle.
Yo Trabajo.
Oh, sí, verdad que tú estás libre los lunes y los... Lunes y martes, ¿verdad? Llama con él.
Pero ahora tengo domingo libre y lunes.
Oh, entonces, ¿tiene 3 días o te lo cambiaron de domingo y lunes?
Deja ver un capítulo de off para tirar campaya horita.
Está todo loco, la morita, cuídate.
Sorry KL live si atraso. Jaja Jaja.
Yo sé cómo es. Le pare.
2 días ahora es domingo y lunes.
Oh, pues mejor porque ahora va a poder jugar con uno 2 días. Porque era un bobo cuando los lunes y los domingos y lunes y vaina. Heavy.
Revelio.
Exacto podré jugar los domingos. Ahora si rode hablamos.
Está todo, bro. Hablamos ahorita.
Toujours pure.
Descansa company.
I wonder if all the elite wizarding families have a motto.
It's good to see you.
All thanks to Professor Fig's quick thinking. Now what?
Approach the pedestal in the antechamber and read the book that appears.
What can I expect to find in the book?
A story. I cannot say more. You may recognize some elements of it, as I was inspired by a tale with which many wizarding children are familiar.
I suspect there will be more to this than reading a book.
Your suspicions are correct. We shall speak when you are finished.
Has this been under the headmaster's nose all this time? Revelio! Revelio. That must be the pedestal. Where am I? Professor Fitzgerald? Can you hear me?
I am here. In this place, you may call me Neve. You shall be witness to a fable. Pay attention. Things are not always as they seem. You must move swiftly and cautiously. Use the tools you encounter. In this place, as in life, death takes many forms. Avoid each of them at all costs.
I should have run when I could. I'd be free by now.
They're gone for now. I need to get out of here. Where could Neve be? I need to time this just right. I see. A staircase straight ahead. A ladder. Perhaps they won't be able to find me if I go up there. This is my chance. Come and leave. Too many. I must cross this road as fast as I can. That's where I need to go, but I need to find a way past them. Nothing this way, but more danger. There must be another way to find you. I need to turn back. There's no getting past them that way. That doorway looks like the only safe way forward. Now's my chance. That's the way forward. I think I'm invisible. They can't see me at all. I can get closer to them. This is the way forward. Finally free. Now where are you, Neve?
You have outrun death thus far, but have yet to find me. Keep searching, but this time you will be unable to hide. Wield the wand you see before you. Do not squander its extraordinary power.
I've never felt such power. Bombarda. Revelio. Revelio. Defender. Descendo. Bombarda. Defender. Depulso. Descendo. Defender. Descendo. Depulso. Repulsor! Defender! Potato! Descender! Descender! Depulsor! Defender. Bombarder. Descender. Descender. Depulsor.
terrible part.
Stone. This must be for me.
You are far from finished. Pass through the mourners ahead. Nothing is what it seems.
I can't believe she's dead.
Oh, poor Neve. Gone so young.
Neve! We won't be the same without her.
You found me, but you cannot undo what has been done. The magic of the stone can only conjure a shadow of my former self. But there is no light without shadow, as there is no shadow without light. Simply because you can eliminate darkness does not always mean that you should. Remember that as you witness my memory.
Isadora, what you did for your father was remarkable.
Well, wasn't it? And Percival needn't worry about the strands of emotion or the traces that this magic leaves. I found a way to contain all of it.
You haven't stopped.
Goblin Silver.
You spoke to a goblin about this.
Don't worry, he has no idea what we're containing.
We don't know what effect any of this may have. The emotions, the dark traits.
You sound like Percival. And as it happens, I do know. It is a source of strength, of focus. Somehow it enhances my ability to wield magic.
I don't follow, Isadora.
I think we can harness it.
Power like this is not to be toyed with. In the wrong hands,
You saw what I did for my father. Oh, Neve, imagine the good we could do. Everyone is in some kind of pain.
What are you doing?
Breathe it in. Can you feel it?
Oh, Isadora. This must stop. All of it.
You've kept this power to yourselves for so long because you fear it. I choose to embrace it.
Revelio.
If the rumors are to be believed, you've taken to increasing the beast population.
Is it true? Has someone completed the first 3 trials?
It is, and I have.
But you are so...
Young? I know. You must be Professor Bakar.
I am.
Pleased to meet you. The pensive memory I just witnessed. Was Isadora inhaling painful emotions?
She was.
I found it disturbing. But how did she gain power from it? How did she harness it?
It was disturbing. Although, I wonder that you are asking about her power. I hesitate to reveal the location of my pensive to someone who, perhaps, has yet to understand the responsibility of power.
I can assure you, Professor, I do. In fact, what you don't yet know is that a dangerous goblin called Ranrock has accessed the repository at Rookwood Castle. He has learned to harness the contents of it as a source of immense power. He plans to use that power against wizardkind. We have no time to waste.
I see. Nonetheless, the knowledge you shall gain after you witness my memories is too valuable to share without further consideration. I shall require time to confer with the other keepers.
It seems we have no choice but to wait, frustrating as it is. I heard what you told Professor Bakar. Isadora was inhaling emotions to gain power?
She was. And she pulled emotions, as she did from her father, from Professor Fitzgerald, without permission.
Monstrous.
What's more, she said that she found a way to store the traces of magic she extracted in goblin silver.
The repositories?
Possibly. There's something I didn't get a chance to tell you earlier. Ranrock has been digging at locations tied to the 5 names he found in the journals of a goblin metalworker named Bragball.
5 names? The Keepers, and who else? Isadora Morganac?
Precisely. That's how he's been one step ahead of us. Gringotts, the Tower, Rookwood Castle.
If the Keepers won't tell you where the next trial is yet, I say we at least maintain a watch on Ranrock. Perhaps he'll lead us to more information.
Perhaps. I hope to hear from Lodgok soon. I haven't heard anything since I learned of the drills. Oh, and as you've probably guessed by now, your polyjuice plan worked like a charm.
I knew it would. I may have done too good a job distracting Black. I had no idea he can't hold his fire whiskey.
Deke has some exciting news to share.
Hello, Deke. Professor Weasley said you had an idea.
Indeed, Deke does. Deke knows that you want to learn about all sorts of beasts, and Deke recently heard rumors of a phoenix nest in a nearby mountain.
A phoenix nest? I wonder if it belongs to the phoenix Natty mentioned, the one Harlow and the poacher pack are after.
Deke would not doubt it. If Deke has heard of it, surely the nasty poachers have as well, which means it could be in danger.
Well, I'd better go and rescue it then, hadn't I?
Deke thinks so. So majestic a beast should not fall into such vile hands. Deke is not sure why, but Deke feels that saving a phoenix might help to make amends for what happened with Deke's prior master. Deke hopes that you are able to find the phoenix and bring it to the room where it will be safe.
Nice to see you, my young friend.
A blockade. The poachers are already here. Revelio! Confringo! Bombarda! Could the phoenix be in there? Confringo! Confringo! Bombarda! Cursed fiends. Revelio. Revelio.
No. Keep looking. See how much a single feather fetches? Just imagine a whole blooming bird.
Oh, should have stayed at the castle.
Perfectus totalis.
hardly carried the
Revelio.
sacks on that last raid. Spiders. Not worth the trouble if you ask me. Legs are far too brittle.
Totalis. Trevicus Totalis. Confringo. Revelio. More poachers. How many are there? Confringo! Revelio. Revelio. Confringo. Revelio. Confringo.
The Ministry ought to relax their feelings toward the dark arts.
Revelio. Your poaching days are over. Revelio. The Phoenix. It almost seems as if it wants me to follow it. I need to find it before the poachers do.
You're gonna regret coming here. Found ya! Protego! You kill
Accio. Repulsor. Descender. There it is again. Revelio. Confringo! Confringo! Incendio! Protego! Confringo! Confringo! Incendio! Accio! Descendo! Incendio! Bombarda! Not my fault you're a deadly great spider. Confringo! Accio! Incendio! Confringo! Endo! Incendio! Confringo! Confringo! Incendio! Defendo! Bombarda! Protego! Stupefy! Incendio! Confringo! Bombarda! Revelio.
Well, there's a little hypocrite.
Accio. Defendo.
No!
Oh, for a
Bingo!
Leviosa. Glacius. Stone momentum. Leviosa.
What have you done?
Monticello! Leviosa!
Dare slay one of my own! You Tricky little cake flapper.
Place it.
You may want to do. No. No! No, too hard. Marvelous strike. Clever. What have you done?
Place it.
Nothing more than luck.
That was for High Wing.
Confringo.
Revelio.
Confringo.
Hello. I'm here to help. I can take you somewhere safe.
Leviosa.
He seems happy to come with me. I wonder if... Let's get you back to the room. Deke's going to be pleased. This could prove dangerous if I'm not careful. Revelio.
Did you find the Phoenix?
Yes, Deke. And I rescued it from the poachers. I have it here. It's safe.
Remarkable! Well, what are you waiting for? Deke cannot wait to... My heavens! What a beauty. You keep it close. Professor Weasley and Deke were right to tell you about the Room of Requirement. Look at all you've done, and how many beasts you've rescued. A phoenix is safe now, because of you.
I couldn't have done it without your help, Deke. Thank you.
Deke is grateful for the kind words, and also grateful to have been of assistance to someone like yourself. Helping you do such good for so many beasts has given Deke a sense of peace Deke hasn't known in years. Deke will always be here for you when you need him.
In today's lesson, we will cover a truly thrilling event. The Goblin Rebellion of 1752 and all its triumphant tragedy. But more specifically, we will address the devastating effects it had on the wizard milling industry. Actually, we do know the number. 632. But history occurs outside the classroom. And look, it's time for my constitutional. One can practically osmose the history flowing through Hogwarts.
I think the professor wants us to follow him.
And now for a stroll to the bell tower entrance hall. Along with the rest of the castle, it was completed in the late early Middle Ages. The hall and the bell towers that loom above it contain myriad interesting artifacts.
If you fail history of magic, you're doomed to repeat it. The class, that is.
Good to see you again. Recovered from that nasty bout of dragon pox, have we?
That wasn't me, Professor. I'm new here.
Are you? Well then, welcome. No doubt you're eagerly anticipating my analysis of various wizarding councils, codes, statutes, and of course, goblin rebellions. Not all goblins are rebellious. Some venture into wizarding politics, such as Irgit the Ugly. Some are talented artisans, such as Bragbor the Boastful.
Did you say Bragbor? I think I know that name.
Well known for his metalwork. I would imagine much of his goblin wrought iron and silver has survived to this very day.
Oh, of course. Odgok said he was an ancestor of Ranrock.
Where were we? Oh yes. Back to our class topic for today. Grimbold Weft. Another notable historical figure. He's right nearby.
Revelio.
Students can find him on display here in the bell tower and...
Statue of Grimbold Weft is so dull. I'd rather be in Beast class.
This is a centuries-old likeness of Pangadon. Fearless mouse hunter and devoted study companion. People have always loved their pets. I find that comforting.
Out his quick hand.
This Grimbold Weft.
Oh yes, I see you found Grimbold Weft.
Yes, I rather enjoyed seeking him out.
The thrill of the scholarly pursuit. I know the feeling quite well. Now, let's turn our attention to the agreeability and general good nature of Sir Athbuttle. He's also nearby. See what you can learn from him for your next assignment. Standing in eternal but symbolic watch over the bell tower is a retinue of loyal knights.
Revelio.
Statues of knights, I should clarify.
At least we're out of the classroom.
Statue of Sir Athbuttle of the cheerful countenance nestled among the ranks. His fame was not won by vanquishing foes in single combat, nor by slaying bloodthirsty dragons. Rather in training yards and sculleries, where his warm and approachable demeanor was celebrated by old friends and newcomers alike. I encourage everyone to make the waving statue's acquaintance. In all the centuries that Hogwarts has existed, not once has it collapsed.
This unassuming smudge is rumored to be the location of the very first successful use of Bombarda.
What I wouldn't give to be back on a broom right now.
Revelio.
Wagadu's history is, well, a bit different than that of Hogwarts, to say the least.
As one would expect, Hogwarts contains no...
Where can I find that friendly knight you mentioned earlier?
Oh yes, Sir Athbuttle, or rather the statue of Sir Athbuttle. It can be found amongst the other statues of knights. It's easy to identify, as it's been enchanted to wave at those who take the time to seek it out.
Revelio.
Students often complain.
Professor Binns, I found the statue of Sir Afpuddle.
Ah, well done. Alas, Sir Afpuddle's affability was his undoing. Died instantly trying to befriend a basilisk. Eye contact is not always to be encouraged. So beloved was he that even some goblins mourned his passing. Of course, that did not bode well with the rest of the goblins, most of whom could not abide mourning the loss of a wizard.
Pity goblins and wizards can't get along.
True. But imagine how dull my lectures would be without goblin rebellions to discuss. History does tend to repeat. It is a series of patterns, a thought both comforting and disconcerting. The wise students, such as yourself, will learn from it.